Good morning, people. It's like, I don't know, 6 a.m. right now. This video probably won't be loaded till like fucking 10 or 11. For some reason, my videos, I don't know what the hell who it is behind it, but they're like taking fucking 3 to 4 hours for a 20-minute video. I mean, my videos aren't even an hour and a half and shit like that. They're just like quickies, and they still want to fucking delay them. I'm getting ready to go to church anyways. But, what was I going to tell you? Oh, what I wanted to tell you is that I never considered myself a spiritualist. I don't even call myself that. And if I have, well, I don't know why I would say that, but I'll take it back if I have. I don't call myself an ascended master. I don't call myself anything but who I am. Just, I ain't an everyday Jane, but the thing is that I want to tell you is that I'm sure everybody has some sort of gifts that they were born with and things like that. Mine just enhanced over the years and under pressure. I remember I saw one thing on YouTube. I was awoken in 2012. That's when I started seeing supernatural things. I mean, I always saw them since I was a kid, but I blocked everything out until I was an adult. So when I became probably in my almost 40s, I don't know if it's because I was experimenting with meth. They say the acid and all that kind of stuff, LSD, has influences on people's brain and their third eye and stuff like that. But I did try acid when I was younger. I did try every experiment, every drug that you could possibly think of but not shooting up through the veins and stuff like that. Did not experience heroin and things like that. And I'm not proud to say it, and I'm not telling everybody go do it because you'll ascend in that way. I'm not even trying to promote that. Don't even do it. Trust me, if you can stay away from drugs, it's the best policy. It's the best way. But throughout the trauma in my life, I remember seeing somebody on YouTube. And this is when I started to figure out who I was. It's a female. I can't remember her name, but she's very, very inspiring, and she's very smart, and she knows about this stuff. In her video I watched, she explained how the trauma that was happening to her as a child opened up her third eye. Like under one traumatic experience that she was going through, I don't know if she was being raped, molested, or what, with her face smothered into the ground. She said something about that's when she went into her third eye, I guess, or her third eye was awoken, something like that. And don't quote me, so I'm not gonna say who she is because I could be wrong with the story. But so basically, sometimes it takes a lot of trauma, okay, to get to a certain point in this reality, or this spiritual reality, I guess. And I'm not just saying that you can't achieve it without so much trauma, but I'm saying that the trauma has pushed it into that direction. And I'm not promoting to go out there and get abused and shit like that. I'm just basically stating that the trauma has pushed me to this level since I was a little kid. Since I was 5 years old, I was sleepwalking. Okay, every night, my mom said, for I don't know how long. So I was going through some traumatic trauma. It probably is what I was taken away from whoever my biological mother is, if that story is even true, that I was with karmic family or some shit. I don't know. I was adopted, or I was given, or my parent died or something. I don't know. We don't know that story. I don't know yet. Maybe one day I will know the truth behind the story. But I was sleepwalking at 5. I could see things at 5 that used to scare me. I could see like dark shadows and things like that at night. And a lot of things. Like I tell you, like when my grandmother died, I felt her presence with me till this day, And so basically, death, things like that don't scare me because I know where I stand and I know where I'm going. And so therefore I don't fear death. It took me a long time to get to this point. It wasn't like something I just did overnight and shit. Hell no. Because I was a little fucking chicken shit there for a long time, It took me a long time to get to this point. And I really believe that and I'm not talking about the past because people are like, get on away from the past. You're going into 2024. Yes, I know. But my story goes along with a lot of things. They're like flashbacks and things like that, that pertain to my life up until this point. So they're irrelevant. They're important in the stories that I tell you, okay? Whether you think, oh, she keeps going to the past. No, I'm not. Trust me. The past is the past. But I'm healed enough to talk about this shit and to tell you about it so that if you have similar experiences or might go through something that you don't understand in your life, this might help you or make you understand or make you look into something else more for yourself. Okay. So kind of like a little guide, but not like it's not like, it's not like on the professional or the higher, education level, whatever you want to call it, because I don't have a degree and blah, 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 blah. This is just nearly all my own skills and my own experience. So as life got older, I mean, after like they tried to, I was choked at 10 years old and came back. My mother realized me and stuff like that. From there on, it just kept going on, I was abused for a long time until I was probably 18 or 19, physically abused. After that, I married into one marriage that didn't go so well, which I think he was a narcissist, but we never stood married long enough to know. It was only 3 years, which is where I had one of my children. When I went to get married to the second husband, which I'm still legally married, but I think somebody signed my divorce papers, signed my signature for that. But anyways, let me go back to what I was saying. So in the second marriage, I had things happening to me. I had spirits talking to me through other people. Like I'd say I'd go for a walk. I'd walk around the track field, and then I'd have somebody talking in front of me relating messages. Like they were talking to each other, but the message was for me to hear. Like, oh, I don't know why that person's in that relationship. I mean, they would just be talking random shit. Random shit that didn't belong with two people that didn't strike me as the type that would talk that way. Peculiar behavior with peculiar people started to open my eyes, and I started to realize that these were messages for me. There were spirits going into these people's vessels or bodies, and they were talking to them, and they were relating shit to me and warning me about shit. That's when I first started experiencing messages through the other world, or through spirit world, is whatever you want to say. Now, the connection that I have, like these witches and these warlocks, and I'm only going to talk brief about this. They met their match only because of the fact that I'm connected to having been unalived 5 to 6 times, okay, in my life, has put me close to the underworld as far as, what's the word for it? As, I don't know, as far as, since I'm not doing anything bad in this world, I don't know how to explain it, I'm talking like a little kid. Since I've not done evil on earth or on this realm or this dimension or whatever you want to fucking call it, this life, is why I'm able to escape the bad that is trying to be inflicted on my life or on me, because of the fact that my beliefs, my faith, and everything goes with hand in hand in the fact that being untouchable and stuff like that. And so therefore, I'm on a video. And so right now, it's because I thought somebody was going to come in the room right now as I'm doing a video. The point that I'm trying to tell you is that I got distracted with this person. What was it telling you? Oh, yes, the connection with the underworld. I was once, recently, we were sleeping in my car by this shelter in this one place in Iowa. This one shelter, we're sleeping outside because one of us couldn't enter. This is when I was with the Karmic. One could enter, but one of us couldn't. They would accept the one, but not the other. They had room for like either the male or me, and they didn't have room for one of us. Like they would only take one of us in. So we decided to sleep in my car, and it was freezing. I'm talking freezing. Well, we're outside hanging out, talking, this is another thing. Portals and realms have opened up in front of me, or I've seen, literally have seen like part of Egypt in those times. Like a portal or realm, something opened up, and I was able to see the vision, like if I was there at that moment or that time period, okay? That's happened to me many, many times, to where I feel like I'm in there, but I'm not. I'm watching it from where I'm standing, where I'm watching it, but it looks like I'm there in that setting, in that time period. Call it time travel, call it opening portals. I don't know what you want to call it. Scientists know what the fuck it is. I'm just relating the message. So I'm able to see like other time periods, other, what's the word for it? What'd you say? Like, well, time period, like 1900s, the Egyptian times. I got to see a lot of things, right? During those times. Then I got to experience my ancestors have come to me many times in the sky. The stars will form their faces, silhouettes of their faces, of their bodies, of their of what they look like, as clear as I could possibly see them. Okay. So my ancestors go back to the Congo roots, to the African or the Egyptian times. I've seen my ancestors way, way from those times. I had this ancestor, and this is what I'm going to tell you about the underworld or the purgatory world, or when Jesus died and his body was taken. I witnessed his vessel, his body, in a motion of just like, like it was being held, but the spirit wasn't inside him. And like I'm telling you, the whole time, my aunt or grandmother or whoever she was, great 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 ancestor, was singing a song to his body, to his vessel, in darkness, in the dark world. Everything was pitch black, but only her face was shining, and his body, there was a light lit on his body. Okay, and I can't remember what was holding up his arms. If they were angels that were holding his arms up until he came back from how they say he was gone for 3 days and fighting in hell. The whole time, my ancestor is singing a song to him, I guess until he returns. And so I was able to see her singing, and she kept looking at me, and it's a nonstop singing. I mean, she was singing with every breath. I mean, not every breath, without taking a breath. It was amazing to me that I was able to witness her singing to him. Okay. So I guess whatever, I don't know what happens after that. I didn't get to see all that. She just was wanting me to see her singing and letting me know the significance of the bloodline, how far down the road it goes, or how far of the connection it is, and where we stood in the ancestor world, like with my ancestors. And so she was in the underworld singing. Not that she was dark. She was the only light besides his body. She was able to be there singing to him in that realm. So that's why I'm telling you that these people, that you don't know who you mess with sometimes, because people want to be throwing voodoo, hoodoo, pseudo, whatever you want to call it, witchcraft and rituals and stuff, realizing that they don't know who they're encountering in this world. You don't know who got sent down here. You don't know what's going on in this world. And call me crazy. I don't really give a shit. But I'm telling you the truth. I have no reason to make up that story. Now, I have many visions, but I'm not going to express every vision. But I'm told to express that vision that I've been holding in for a long time, and I never really wanted to tell you, because people will look at me like I'm fucking full of shit, or who are you to be able to see that? Well, my ancestors rooted far back is how I am privileged in that sense to witness this and to be part of this, because somehow my ancestors are rooted all the way back to those times. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, probably even before them times, before Jesus. I don't know. But I'm telling you that the Egypt, or that whole time period, opened up to me at one time. And, and I got to see a lot of things. And so therefore, I don't flaunt this. I don't talk about this to people, because people look at me like I'm fucking crazy. And so these are stories that I keep within my ancestor selves. Because they're like private. They're very meaningful to me, visions, and very special visions that I was given. But sometimes I have to share them to express the knowledge, or how I know things, or how I'm aware of things, and what my gifts, how far my gifts are, and how many gifts are there. There's probably so many more that I don't even know, that I haven't even tapped into yet. But I'm well aware of the visions that I've been given, and the privileges that I'm given by God. And therefore, I don't take it for granted. When people tell me, thank them, I thank them every day, all day long. My conversation is to God probably 24/7. But even though I'm listening to YouTube on one ear, my mind telepathically is talking. Just because I'm listening to YouTube, people are like, oh, she's on YouTube so much. Yeah, but my mind is something else. Like I can listen to things, and I could be concentrating and praying at the same time. While somebody's speaking on YouTube, I could be praying and doing other things in the background or in my mind. I mean, I'm multitasking a lot of things in my mind. I'm not just completely listening. I check for messages. And the only reason I listen to YouTube sometimes is for messages. Because right now, I don't really have experience. I have experience, but I'm not experiencing the real world as much, because I can only handle so many people for so long periods of time, their energy, their, just conversations of people, where I don't want to be disturbed of my peace. So I choose to be, I'm not even isolated. Right now I'm working on getting my driver's license back, because I was in a wreck about 6, 7 months ago was part of this fucking voodoo bullshit. The only reason why they were able to attack me in the past, too, I figured it out, is the fact that I was on not only the low vibration, but I had no self-worth. I was doing drugs. Drugs is a low vibration. That's how they were able to attack me. You know, because before then, they couldn't really attack me as heavily as they were attacking me while I was with. And plus, I had this karmic that was living with me that was looking and learning my ways and using my clothing or whatever the fuck they were doing, mind fucking with my head, you know, manipulating shit that wasn't keeping me on low vibration and keeping me with no self-worth, low self-esteem. I see it now. Once I got away from him, I already knew. They had warned me, you need to leave this relationship. You need to stop this. You need to do this, this, and this, and that. And your life's going to get better. And basically, and it's telling me till this day too, everything that I'm doing has been orchestrated. It's already been planned for me. I'm not doing this, oh, she's brokenhearted or she's this. No, I'm exactly where I need to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be out there dating 50 million different types of dudes. I'm not even supposed to be dating probably the DM right now at the moment. The point is that I'm exactly where I need to be. And it took me a long time to realize that I need to stop being anxious and stop having anxiety and stop worrying about shit that I can't control because of the fact that God has it orchestrated for me. And I just got to follow and I just have to be patient. What comes with this territory is lots and lots of patience and waiting, you know, because at my age, I thought, man, I'm too old. Why am I going through this at this age? But I mean, if you think of most of the people, the prophetic people in the Bible, they're all older. Some of them are 100 years old, you know, 200, 300, 800. I mean, they're like really old, so I shouldn't complain about it. I haven't reached the hundreds yet. I might one day, though. So I'm here for the long term, basically, let's just put it that way. So basically, I leave you with that message with attacks, you know, like these spiritual attacks. The only way people can really attack you is if you don't have faith in God and you let the fear take over your life, because fear is a low vibration. So the point here, the number two most important things of preparing yourself in this world against this evil attacks and people trying to take your soul or your gifts or whatever the fuck they think they're doing, is to always believe in God, have faith, pray. It's the number one advice that I can give you. And if they come around and they start to do something, I always start praying to them. It's your best fighting mechanism, period. They don't want to hear the word Jesus, trust me. Start singing a Jesus song. Make up a Jesus song. Start singing anything that put his name in it. Trust me, you'll feel the presence. And they'll run. Number two is do not let fear take over. Do not. People are constantly trying to make me live in fear. Even these tarot card readers be putting some bullshit out there telling me, oh, well, they're going to try to do this and this and that. Be careful, collective. Be careful, divine feminine. They're going to come and attack you. They're going to break into your house. They're going to do this or they're going to do that. Hell no. I don't fear nobody, man. They can throw all them little tactics at me all they want. It's all jealousy and hate. Because anybody that's positive and is out to help other people, you're not going to be giving that low vibration information out to the world. That's how you know a true tarot card reader is, when they try to tell you some bullshit. Now, private investigators are different. There are tarot card readers that are private investigators or good with that kind of knack. But the ones that want to be throwing some gangster, some fucking bullshit, fucking ghetto ass shit to me, I ain't got time for your fucking bullshit. I start to unsubscribe to you. Because I know what you're fucking doing, and I know that you've been paid or you're kissing somebody else's ass. I ain't dumb. And that's why people need to see this. This message is for the youth, for the adults, whoever the fuck wants to listen to this, is to prepare yourself against. You don't trust everybody. Don't trust man. Do not trust the tarot card readers. Do not trust anybody but yourself and God. Something don't feel right, don't listen to it. Don't believe it. Because most of these things are exaggerated too, I've come to realize. And I'm not dogging all tarot card readers, but don't trust anybody but yourself and God. Mainly God. You know, yeah, it's fun to listen to some of this stuff. Some of the stuff that they might throw in, some information that you're looking for, don't get me wrong, but they're not the guide. God's the guide. God is the number one guide. And I've come a long way. And yes, some of them have helped me put some pieces together, but I already knew what was going on in my life. I just didn't have the physical proof. And so, yes, maybe the angel spoke to some of these people and gave some messages for me and stuff like that. Yes, I give them that, but they didn't help me solve my problems. Trust me, I solved them on my own. You're on your own on this journey and shit. So nobody can take credit for your story. Nobody can take credit for your story, because your story is yours, and it's unique, and it's the what God created for you. These tarot card readers cannot take credit for something that is not theirs. Yes, they can give out information and supernatural events and speculations, okay, and predictions, but does not mean that it's completely 100% accurate or right, or by the word of God. Only God can give you that expression Himself. So seek God first. Always seek God first, and go with your gut instincts on that one, okay? And so I leave that with you, and I leave the fact that explore yourself, explore your gifts, explore your knowledge, look into your own self, look into things that could benefit yourself, understand yourself more, understand your gifts more, understand your purpose here, understand what God wants for you is the main thing. That's what I can leave for going into 2024. May everybody find their way closer to God, their relationship closer. May they prosper. May you all have abundance. May you find the career that you want. May you be in a marriage that you want to be in, or get out of a marriage you don't want to be in. May you be pleasant and happy and fruitful to your children, and loving and kind to people and to the whole world. And I leave that for 2000. That's what I look into 2024, man, because we're about to kick some ass for 2024. So more power to you guys, man. Like I said, I love everybody, and I send peace to everybody. I'm not trying to dog anybody in their careers, because I do respect the tarot card readers a lot. I have something specially planned for a convention that I'm going to have once certain things come in. There's a lot of plans that I have to do, and it's going to be a nice convention. And I want to meet some of these people, okay, some of these readers. And therefore, I leave you on that note, that pass peace and love and joy and happiness in the world, and kindness. That's the most important thing I can give. And to always know that God loves you, and always find and seek Him first. So I leave that with you. And peace. Shalom.